Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and today we are returning to the Luminaris system, which we recently checked out, made by a Red Car Racer in Discord, as we're going to do something new. Now, a lot of people have been suggesting this, and I've been kind of waiting around for a system to do it with, and that is evolving one of your guys' solar systems from birth to death. So bringing the birth to death series to some of your guys' creations. As I saw this system, I thought this one would be quite an interesting one, because it had quite a good range of objects. You know, there's some moons in here as well. You know, there's a lot of fairly stable looking orbits. I mean, the simulation will be the judge of that once we start going. But I'm quite keen to see how this system will evolve once we start pumping this star up a bit, because it's already, you know, fairly powerful. You know, it's already got 1100 sun luminosity going, 1115 there. It's already pretty large, 13 suns, so this thing could become a pretty big supergiant star, so I'm quite keen to see how this will play out. So what I'm going to do is, there's no way we're going to run the simulation with the asteroid belt, so unfortunately I'm going to have to remove those, just so it's already functioning better. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to obviously get a save ready, so I'm going to call it the B2D edition. There we go. Get that saved, and now we need to speed up the time. It's currently running at the moment, because I think, oh yeah, that's one thing I did note, is it was actually, this system is runnable. So, again, another good idea to do it for a birth or death. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to immediately start speeding this simulation up. Obviously, the system's already created, so we don't need to alter the objects in any way. That's the way it was intended. So, we're going to just speed it up, and we're going to see, you know, once we start running the simulation, how stable, kind of put the system to the test, really, and see how stable the orbits actually are. And get it running, and once it's run for a bit, start evolving the star, and that's where the chaos unfolds. Okay everyone, so now let's begin ramping up the time and seeing how fast we can actually run it for a good test. I mean, oh, you can already see some instability. Ooh, that's the moon orbits. Okay, so we're running a 2 months now. You can start to see some orbits. Actually, one thing we'll do as well, let's actually decipher the dominant gas giant, and we'll mark it. So let's go to mass. Over there. We can probably delete that extra sun, actually, because that's not part of this. Okay, so we have the brown dwarf there, so that's obviously quite a notable. So I'm going to give that the bright yellow. And then the actual dominant gas giant is this object here, Hellion. That's at 9 Jupiters. So that's a pretty big deal. We'll put that in a bright sort of orange. So now if we come out of it, there's Hellion there. The brown dwarf is that one, isn't it? Yes, so you got the orange and the yellow. Both of those. They're the objects that could be causing some issues. Let's zoom all the way out though, because let me just get rid of that red, because we don't need this. This isn't part of the actual system. This is just a red giant sun, so effectively this would explode anyway and get rid of all this stuff. So we're just going to manually remove those because they were just a little extra. And that was the wormhole that linked that system, or the solar system, to this system. So we don't need that stuff. So here we go. Right, now, remember there actually is an Earth in here, isn't there? Because in this system's lore, the Earth was transported away. So the Earth actually does exist in this simulation as well. So keep a tab on Earth. So obviously it is one of the habitable worlds. So yeah, currently sitting at a decent conditions as well. So you know, there's a few good Earth-like worlds in here. So we've got terrace here. So these are all worlds that are going to be destroyed. All the blue-trailed objects. You know, these are worlds that are going to be ruined once we really ramp it up. But anyways, for now, let's actually run the simulation and actually see the orbits play out and see the system start to evolve with time. You know, will the orbits change or will they stay stable? Let's see, test how well the system has been built here. So we're running it a couple years now. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, the system scale is pretty large. If we go to the furthest of the planets, which is this object, it's a pretty big deal. You know, you can see that's quite a large size. I mean, this is probably the largest system we've ever done for a birth to death. Oh, something's been ejected. Something's gone already. So yeah, these objects are so far apart from each other that they're probably not going to see much change. There's the brown dwarf. The period is changing, no? Interesting. Okay, so what is that that's broken away? The purple one there. Where is it? Ah, so we've lost. This object is gone. Ejected. We're going to remove it. Okay. Let's actually put the zone on as well. So there's the star's habitable zone. You can see there's some real wobbles from some of these moon orbits. But, you know, in theory they should be okay. We will see. So let's go ahead and slow it down, as we're now going to pump up the star itself. So let's go ahead and do this. Right. Pause. Oh, this could be pretty wild. So the mass is the same. I'm going to immediately make the luminosity. I'm going to double it straight away here. We're not messing around. We're also going to make the radius of the star bigger. We're going to put it to 23 suns. There we go. So start, press play, and we're going to start seeing some changes here. So if we look at these planets, these temperatures are going to rocket up. 600 degrees plus there. Inferno, the closest. Again, getting hotter. So all of the inner worlds are going to get absolutely scorched now. So yeah, all of the orange inner ones. These guys are already hot, but now they are going to get very warm. The first of the habitable worlds there, that one is now going to start feeling the heat as we watch its temperature race now. It's going up to the 60. Let's increase further. Goes into the 70s. Oh yeah, 80s. It's going into the hundreds now. So this world is, yeah, no longer habitable at this point. I'm not sure why the game is still showing it with oceans, because there's no way with that level of temperature now. That's not looking good. We've got the Gaia object over here, which is this one. That one's at 130. Yes. That one's at 162. Oh yeah, Terrace. 52. Okay, so that one's hanging on. Where's the old Earth? That's still in there somewhere. 155. Where's Earth? How's that doing? 135. So Earth's been ruined immediately. So it transported away from the red giant sun, and it's been moved here, and now this star is evolving and over a long period of time. And this star's not going to last forever either. So not looking good. So the Earth is fully clouded up. Oh dear. Big cloud of fog covering it all up. So not good. As for the inner planets now, again, the evolution of these guys, the temperature is skyrocketing, you know, doubling up because we did double the luminosity there. So a big increase. Let's start seeing over here. These guys are still cold. Where is the heat disk roughly expanding to? So this one's at minus 130. So this is the whole inner solar system here. See this one here. This one hasn't got temperature yet. So pretty much the Earth is the furthest point where there is some sort of high temperatures going on in there. There's the Tesla. Yeah, so the Earth is the furthest thing that's actually got warmth at the moment, and everything else is kind of cooled. I mean, this gas giant's just on the edge of the inner system by the looks of it, and there's quite a big jump to the next gas giant out. Okay, right, let's go and continue. Speed the simulation up as fast as we can actually go. There you go. This one's still getting colder, surprisingly. It's probably because its orbital distance may change as it gets closer and further. Don't know, actually. So it's still getting colder. Okay, sorting itself out. It's the Voyager 2 spacecraft that's still flying around here. Oh dear. Yes, it is warming up a bit. Okay, so it just depends where it is in its orbit, where it gets the temperature from. Okay. You can see the wobble over here. Let's actually go and have a look at this. So what is actually the cause of that? So it's just one moon bouncing the planet around, surprising. How large is that moon? 15 Earths. Okay. It's giving the dominant gas giant a little bit of competition there. It really is shaking those orbits, though. Then the... yeah, so they're bouncing those. Then the brown dwarf also has a bit of a bounce to it. Probably due to some of the objects in orbit. Yeah, I guess they're all phasing okay. Okay. Very nice. Alrighty. So back to the start itself again. So the orbits, you know, the orbits are holding up very well. This system is very, very well made, as we did observe in the video when we checked this out. This system, is very well constructed and it is holding up. So let's continue and make the star even larger and more dangerous. So I'm going to go with another double up here. Probably best I do throw in a save as well, because we don't know how wild this could get. So I'm going to double the radius of the star. 0.2, so it's already getting, now it's getting to the really high level. I'm going to double the luminosity again. I'm going to make it more red now, because we are getting into that sort of red giant look. So there you go. Or maybe this will be more of a super giant. It's got 10 masses. That could be a little more feasible for a bigger size star here. Luminosity though is skyrocketing hot. That temperature is dropping as well as we are making it larger. Kind of how it actually works. It does that on its own as well. So there you go. And now we're going to start to see the real scorching effects of the inner solar system here. As we're going into the 1,000 degree mark now. Got the Satan world there. Furanassis here. Yep. Blightor, 260. This one here has lost its oceans finally, so not looking great anymore. 242 there. Terrace, 115. So that one's just hanging on with the last bits of water by the looks of it. Yep. This one as well, Orion, that's 200 plus. The Earth, I'm guessing, is at least 235. Yep. Still hanging on in there. So yeah, okay. I think only one of the poles is still visible. It looks like it's the South Pole it's still going, and everything else is covered up in the massive cloud. So Earth has become the Venus-like, pretty much there. This world here is still at minus 55. How reflective is it? It must be have a high albedo, surely. 83, okay. Next planet out. minus 113. So the star temperature still hasn't really reached crazy levels yet. I'm gonna go with another double up on the star. I'm gonna go for a double again. I'm gonna really skyrocket the power now. We're gonna get that star luminosity out there a bit. I mean, these orbits are quite large though. So if we look at this one here, that's triple Neptune distance there. So it makes sense that, you know, the luminosity isn't reaching out that far. I mean, when I say the inner solar system, this inner solar system spans from, so what's at the closest here? So the inner system is 2 AU, okay, and it spans roughly to 44 AU. So that's our whole solar system's distance just there. Pretty much, you know, from Mercury to Neptune, that's your whole distance covered, plus a bit extra. So, yeah, it makes sense that, you know, this star's luminosity will never reach probably the dominant gas giant, because it's just so far away. You know, these planets have never even seen light before, and now they're getting a real show. I mean, it's mainly going to be the inner solar system here that's going to get the full pelt of this star. Everything further out, you know, so far away, you'd have to have you'd have to put like R136A1 in it to really get a scorching effect going. But this star will never achieve that level of power, really, of luminosity. We can definitely give it a bit more though. So again, I'm gonna, you know, slowly ramp the size up a bit more, but it's mainly that luminosity gauge. I'm gonna really hammer it in now as this star really rapidly evolves. So I'm gonna put it to 35,000, and we're gonna see some serious action here as this thing gets scorched. That's a tidally locked planet, that one. Yeah, you can see it going round. This one, yes, that's gone up. Oh, they're starting to glow the planets now. Yep. 800 there, 700. The Blightor 601. Former Life World there, that's at 580 now. Terrace again, 300. 616 there. The Voyager 2 still chilling. The Earth, yeah, that's not looking great, is it? 623 on the Earth now. Still showing that south region though. Ah. Oh yeah. There's that first. Well, that even this one's got temperature now. Ah. But I don't think the Ororix one is going to see much. No, it is. It is. Okay, so the star's luminosity is getting out there now. I'm actually going to go to the furthest point. I want to see if it's actually receiving starlight yet. The planet 9S world. Is it? Yeah, it is receiving light. Yeah, there you go. So even at this distance, which is that, it's actually getting starlight now. So, yeah, it really does make a difference. You know, 1600 AU. It is getting the light. There you are. Very nice. Okie dokie. Alrighty. So, over here. Looking good. Again, let's continue the simulation speed. But it looks like, yeah, the orbits, apart from that one ejection, these orbits are so well built. We're not getting much on the actual evolution side of things. I mean, I guess this system just sorted itself out before we even got our hands on it, really. And all the unstable stuff was cleared out, sorted off. So, you know, this system, for the most part, is actually running very well. And it's just the star evolution that is our main focus for today. So, again, no, there's no wasting any time here. The orbits, there's nothing changing with the orbits and what we can decipher. So again, it is the star evolution we're going to focus with. So we're going to just buff it up and make it just an insanely monstrous luminosity now as this thing really skyrockets. I mean, let's compare it to, you know, let's compare it to red supergiant stars. Let's go with, let's say, Antares, for instance. That's a one to good comparison with. Where is it? There it is. So I'm going to plop it there. So this is the sort of size that this star I'm probably expecting it to get to. So I'm going to plop that there, just quick as a quick comparison. So this guy, yeah, it's a little more massive. This one's at 66,000. So our star is already kind of, you know, 70,000. It's a little more there already. So effectively, it's at peak luminosity now. So it mainly is the size of the star that needs to increase in the next evolution phase now. So luminosity is kind of maxed. So I'm going to double this up. And now as we do that, I'm going to throw in regular saves, because when you start messing with the star size, it does things. See that the mass just dropped there. The mass scale is locked. You can see there, the mass is locked, but it still decreased when I did that. That doesn't make sense. It is locked. It should not be changing. How does that work? The density. I mean, there you go. I mean, this guy's a pretty big deal. I mean, Antares is a huge star, so, you know, I'm going to make this guy just puff up to an immediately large size here. Infernos is about to have a collision course with the star. Let's slow down time. Watch the action unfold, as this star is probably at imminent destruction now, as it absolutely rips these things up. Look at it. Oh, yep. So the temperature's dropping as we are now into the red supergiant era. Inferno's gone. Oh, it increased the star. Oh. And that looks like it's just corrupted our orbit. Oh, no, it's losing mass, actually, so the orbits are changing. Oh, that adds a little more extra to our system. As now, since the star has lost mass, yeah, those orbits, some of those orbits aren't looking so great now. So, ooh, the orbits have been tangled with. So, no, so, yeah, there you go. It's so that explosion material. It's losing material. You know, that collision made it lose a bit by the looks of things. So, not great. But, you know, that adds a little extra interest. So the system is in imminent destruction now. You can see the orbits have really been upset, so that could really, you know, add a extra thing to the playing field here. That some orbits may be even more unstable now as we get more action going on in there. So I'm going to run this for a bit. I'm going to see if we actually see any ejections. Is any object's going to survive this thing? Because when this thing goes, it's going to wipe out pretty much everything in that inner region. So everything up to at least the Earth is probably going to be wiped out here. It's not going to be looking good. I mean, how like Antares is what? Yes, Antares is still bigger than that, so you know, this thing could effectively expand bigger and engulf the second planet as well. We will see. You know, the temperatures are still changing, fluctuating, due to those orbits. So how far away? See, that zone is huge. It says below -100 there. The brown dwarf has actually broken away by the looks of things with that star losing its orbit there. We've got a few that have completely gone. So this one has broken away. You can see a few ejections. So that star losing mass did actually cause some ejections there. So the natural loss of mass from red supergiant stars, you know, it's upset the orbits in this a bit. So I'm actually going to remove the objects that are broken away here. So I'm going to delete all these as they are now rogues. They are gone. So there you go. Okay. So a bit of extraction because these orbits are getting pretty wild. Can we go any faster? Try and get maximum speed. There you go. So we've still got still a decent rack of objects surviving, really. It's only once the star mass change it we really saw the orbits change completely. So this has been an interesting one actually. It's probably the most stable system. You know, my systems I always create them so there'll be a bit of action, but this one is so generally stable that it's actually been quite good, isn't it? Oh, look at the inner planets now. Oh dear. How hot? It's just a sparkling. Yeah, 2,500 there. Oh, yeah. Not looking good, but we're going to continue with the star. I mean, I don't know how large it's going to go before it does detonate, so we're going to see. Oh, it's going to be a wild one. Right, let's go for larger. No, once you make stars this big, they do start to get unstable in the game, and it could just pop into nothingness when I make it bigger. Look, it's shedding material there. That's usually a sign it's going to go, which it is. So I don't know why the game does that. I think, is it the rotation? Does anyone know why they just pop like that? Is it the rotational speed, or is it... I want to know why it does that. I don't know if it's a bug, or if it's something to do with the rotational speed of the star. I really don't know. I mean, does it need to slow down? Is it rotating too fast? I mean, look, it does look like it's... So if I make this, you know, longer, does it slow its rotation? Because sometimes a quick rotation with a large object, no, it could upset. So if I just make this longer, does that... I have no idea. Is that a complete idea? Does anyone know? Is it a bug, or is that an intentional feature? I mean, let's actually, again, I'm actually going to compare it to Antares here. Let's actually do a bit of experimentation. So, where is it? So, star of larger size. How long does this take to rotate? Yeah, 22,000. I think it may be the rotational period then. It needs a longer, so it doesn't just... A large object spinning so quickly, you know, obviously it's going to jettison its layers a bit. So, isn't it? Okay, that makes more sense to have a longer rotation. So, hopefully, that means that we can have the star at a larger size now. So, I'm going to double it up to 4. And that seems to have maybe done the job, actually. Maybe that is the solution. Yeah, it just needs a longer rotational period. So now star is on ultra killer mode. I'm going to give it a little more luminosity. We're going to buff it a little more further out now, so it really is becoming a monster. I'm going to put it to 80,000. And watch it as it absolutely scorches everything in the inner region there. Start to completely dissolve stuff. Oh, some fragments flying around. We'll delete those. So, not looking good, is it? And it is not going well for the system. It's the Luminaris here. Coming an absolute monster size. I mean, I think that's roughly at peak. It's a little larger than Antares. I mean, that's peak red supergiant levels now. I don't think it really needs to go much bigger. I don't think it has the mass to become a Canis Majoris kind of star. You know, this one has more mass. Scudsi, for instance, again. That one only has 8 masses, so effectively it could go bigger. No, I think we'll stick with that sort of size. So now it really is the detonation point of how far out will the destruction go? How many objects will survive? How many won't? I mean, I reckon my rough estimate is everything in this region on camera right now is going to be destroyed. I don't see it surviving that. Further out though, you know, maybe this gas giant, for instance, it's got enough mass to survive. I mean, it's currently sitting at 123. Maybe that'll be enough. I mean, it is a big star though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep this guy for immediate detonation, and we're going to see the carnage. Okay, everyone. So the system is at imminent destruction now. The star has been detonated, and there is a black hole that has been created in the center of the system to replace the star. So we're now going to press play, and we're going to see how far this blast radius is actually going to cause, because You know, like my prediction, that whole inner region is going to go surely. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and press play. There it is. Oh, so the star's gone. We may have to do auto orbit just to get everyone back in check. So put them there. There you go. So that's roughly where we were, wasn't it? I mean, I know they're all flat, but you know, this is as close as we can get. So black hole in the center. The Nova is being created. The nice blue and pink coloured one as well. That's the best looking one, I think. So now it's all a question of speed up the time. Who's going to survive this then? Because oh yeah, there we go. You can see the Earth already. The Nova hasn't even reached it yet, and it's already going to be incinerated. That inner region is gone. Even out here, these guys are just, oh yeah. Traveling at mere hours here, and that Nova has incinerated absolutely everything. That inner system is gone. Maybe the little probe thing will survive, I don't know. Voyager 2's in there somewhere, isn't it? See if that survives. Now, will this area survive? The mid-region here. We're kind of observing from... Yeah, this is from the furthest point of the system here. I mean, there you go. Look at that. Imagine seeing that. Oh, yeah. Oh. Huge detonation. Massive explosion there. So there you go. Not looking good. There you go. Bang. Oh, okay, so it looks like this one has survived. In the pitch darkness of space now. So, what actually remains in that A region? Is there anything left in the inner area? Can we get in there, please? Oh, so that's coming out to a few light years in size. There you go. Let it have its full explosion of destruction. There you are. Awesome. So, the center of the system. What is actually remaining in there? So the black hole, obviously, in the center. Let's go all the way in here. So what is still hanging on? Wow. Okay. So everything's interesting. But again, it's that sheer distance from the star's initial destruction. It may have been the savior here. You know, they did lose mass. You can see the thing has been absolutely wrecked. But that 44 AU, well, that's just far enough to survive the explosion. You know, obviously it's not in the imminent face of the star. I mean, even this thing survives. Was that a gas giant? Or what? I don't know, actually. This one was once an Earthlight. Maybe they had enough mass to hold on, but again, they still were. It's still at a distance where, you know, you may hang on a bit. But yeah, there you go. Again, actually, I'm gonna run the test again. I'm gonna go back to the previous save. I'm gonna forget the black hole. I'm just gonna blow it up, and I want to see if the results repeat or if that was a fluke. So I know the results can vary sometimes. So again, I'm gonna go. We're playing, aren't we? Yep. So slow it down. Go for a couple months there, days. And again, I'm just gonna immediately explode this, and I want to see if we get the same results. So there you go. Bang. Hell yeah. So, will it be the same results, or will they hang on in there? Let's have a look. So, that's a lot of Nova. See, so it looks like so the Earth is gone this time. See, no, the results do vary. It really does. Really, the supernovas do really make, you know, they're not consistent. But there you go. So that time it blew them all up. And, yeah, there's nothing really much hanging on. Is that a black hole that's been generated there? Not sure what that was, actually. It looks like, yeah, oh, there is. Yeah, it actually made the black hole for us. Hey. So I wish it did that every time. There you go. Nice. Excellent. So there you go. But I think that pretty much concludes the Luminaris system from birth to death. So yeah, what do you guys think of this? So first time doing a subscribers system as an evolution to death series, you know, or episode. Let me know what you think. Should we do more? You know, as we got, obviously we've always got a new load of systems coming in, so we can definitely pick a few that we think will be good and then give them a go, really. I mean, I think that one went quite well. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Hopefully you all enjoyed it as well. And with that all said and done, yeah, let me know your feedback down below in the comments as well. Interested to hear your thoughts on this. And yeah, let's see if we can go for 100 likes on today's video as well, guys, for this absolute destruction. And yeah, that all said and done, everybody. Make sure you stay safe out there. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.